can't arrive quickly enough for San Diego City Councilman Chris Ward's District 3.
This is a regional crisis,
which includes downtown and the East Village. His constituents in the 130-block community include hundreds of homeless people who are living in conditions that seem to grow more dire by the day.
There definitely has been a Skid Row feel for some of the corners of the East Village and other places where homeless individuals have already been present for a number of years, and it's just getting to be pretty intense.
Ward was elected to the council last June.
Congratulations.
He also serves on the newly formed board of the Regional Task Force on the Homeless.
Good morning. If anyone can hear me, I'm with the city and we have subway cards.
He has devoted much of his time to talking to the poverty-stricken residents and their advocates.
Is there reason that you don't want to stay in a shelter, or is there just not availability?
And accompanying police outreach teams to find solutions.
That's helping to inform me in the role that I have as a policymaker and someone that also helps to guide budget decisions, whether resources are best spent doing X or if we need to sort of shift those towards a more effective solution.
Amid a major building boom of high-rises and businesses in the East Village, homelessness is skyrocketing and encampments have mushroomed. The chaos is deterring some residents and businesses from moving there and causing some current residents to relocate.
I've had a number of people that are residents downtown that are ready to move out of downtown, and that's not okay.
He says it's also not okay to push homeless people away without giving them a sufficient place to go. Ward and other elected officials have pledged to add thousands of permanent housing units to get people off the streets. But in the meantime, the city is struggling to manage the crisis.
We definitely need to appreciate and recognize that we have policies, we have laws on the books so that we do keep our sidewalks clear and that any members of the public are able to walk around the neighborhood unimpeded.
Keeping the sidewalks clear requires the 1,300 people who sleep on the stretches of cement to pack up and relocate daily. Ward says it's important for sanitation.
A lot of these are not just for access and right-of-way, but also for public health reasons.
But homeless people say it's an exhausting process, and if they don't go, they risk encounters with police. Enforcement typically starts with a warning, then can lead to citations and arrests. Ward says policies need updating.
I do agree that it really puts those who are homeless in a hard position when they accrue a number of tickets that maybe on the front end is a $50 fine.
And then that $50 fine balloons into a warrant or arrest.
Do we look at a period of amnesty to try and clear the slate for some relatively innocent infractions that have just spiraled out of control for those individuals, because these are the kinds of impediments that they're faced with trying to get themselves back onto solid footing and get on with their lives.
Another issue is the weekly homeless sweeps that the city calls abatements. Police and city workers arrive at particular East Village streets every Monday morning to clean. They force people to clear their belongings from the sidewalk or risk losing it or receiving citations. A city spokesman says the weekly sweeps net an average of 7 tons of waste. Ward recently observed the process.
It's not that it's not working entirely, it's just not working for everybody.
Ward says one challenge is the amount of resources it takes, such as police having to bag and tag encampment items.
Is that the best expense of our uniformed police officers' time and resources, having them do jobs like that, perform tasks like that perhaps a different kind of social worker or other kind of trained professional would be able to do, and that would free that officer up.
Ward says policies tied to homelessness will soon be reviewed by a new city council committee that will be devoted to homelessness. He plans to take an active role.
We will be able to have a more focused effort on all of the policy questions, whether they are decriminalization questions, whether they are police resource questions, whether they are our overall comprehensive strategy. How do we address this as a city? These are the kinds of things that we'll be tackling.
Susan Murphy, KPBS News.